Bro, bro. Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Marvel Studios assembled the making of Hawkeye. This is the Disney Plus original series set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's one of the earlier series. Came out during the pandemic and everything else, and shot also during the pandemic. It's from 2022. Well, came out. This is 2022. The series started in 2021. So yeah, we get a little behind the scenes look at the making of everything from, of course, the actors and the training they went through to the set production to the pizza dog, isn't it? And of course, even the creation of the musical within the episode. Yes, I saw Rogers the Musical, the full 35-minute long thing that on the very last day they had at Disneyland California Adventure. On the very last day, the first show, the very last day, and it was fantastic. If you can find it online somewhere, somebody recorded the whole thing maybe, I don't know, definitely give it a shot. Yes, it's cheese-tastic. Hawkeye was thinking the same thing. But it is something that New York is bound to do when something enters the zeitgeist. They have a Back to the Future musical. Not saying it's bad. It's now in Los Angeles here. I'm not doing a free plug. It'd be great if they invited me. If you see this, you're part of the production, feel free to send me tickets. I'm not too proud to beg. I love Back to the Future. But yeah, so this is, they take some time to talk about how the music came together and the performance, and people just going, I'm playing Iron Man. I am a dancer. I'm a Broadway performer, and this guy is like, I'm playing Iron Man, which is just weird to a lot of them that they got to be and part of this secretive little thing. But for the most part, this is all about Jeremy Renner and Haley Steinfeld's experience in making this film, and series, and I forgot just how much was in this series and how funny it was, how pretty astounding action sequences. By the way, I need to call this out. The car chase sequence early on in the series, after they escape from the KB toy store, and they're in the car, racing away from the tracksuit mafia. By the way, spoilers. Just saying. I don't know why you would watch this before actually watching the series. So I feel safe talking about spoilers. This is where I can talk about spoilers for certain shows that have been out for at least 2 years. So in this, that car chase was technically real. It wasn't shot in a soundstage. There was no big void screen like in The Mandalorian or anything else. It was literally shot on a cold, was it shot in New York or Atlanta? Either way, it was shot on these streets on a car that was literally on a platform where a guy was sitting up above the car doing the stunt driving, and a camera was in the back seat filming a 360 continuous view of our heroes in the front seat and the tracksuit mafia and the other cars, following behind them, and just all the action that was taking place. That sequence alone in this making of is pretty thrilling, just to see how it all came together. And Jeremy and Haley in the driver's seat, passenger seat, doing these scenes, they're pretty thrilled too, because they get to look like they're in this 55-mile-an-hour car racing down a road doing stunts, and they're just pretending. So, but it's really happening. It's not normally. In the past, you would have put somebody on soundstage and had a gimbal, and somebody would have, you would have been a green screen all around or blue screen, either way, and it would have. They've had fans making it look like the wind is blowing you. No, this was shot for real. I've always wondered how that was shot, and because it looks so real, and it is for the most part. So it's set in the real world. But this is also, I realized that this series is very much a crux. There's a number of films and a number of series throughout these the whole of the MCU that are incredibly important, even if they aren't the most popular films, even if they aren't the most watched or most beloved. It's things like yeah, Quantumania, you know, or even Thor: The Dark World. These not as popular films or series are humongous touch points for so much. There's another one I'm thinking of that I can't think of right now, but yeah, this is one of them though. Between the connection to the Black Widow film through Florence Pugh making her appearance, to a jumping off point of Alaqua Cox's Echo character into her own Disney Plus original series, and the introduction of the Kingpin into the MCU proper, is just so much going on there. It's also Tony Dalton playing the swordsman in a very obvious way, but will we see the swordsman again? Maybe not. I don't know. I just feel like the Secret Wars is going to have to be a 4-hour film, and it's just going to have every cameo in the final hour of the massive battle, and everybody's going to show up on set for a day and shoot 3 minutes, or shoot 3 hours of footage just for 2 seconds of visibility. I just have a feeling that's the way it's going to be. I don't know. But I mean, Vera Farmiga is in this, one of my favorite actresses, because I love the Bates Motel series. There's so much good-natured fun. Again, this is also, when I was talking about connections, this is very much just like the Spider-Man film, not No Way Home, but the Far From Home. This is very much a bleed out after Endgame, something that is about people recovering from everything that happened. With Peter in Far From Home dealing with loss of Tony, and this Clint getting his family back after the blip. It's just and him sort of reassessing who he is. Again, I'm talking about the series, not the making of, but it's some of the insight that I'm getting from the making of that I just hadn't really fully considered before. That's why I love these making of things. Yeah, it sort of, pulls back the curtain on the magic of the world that they've created, but I like the technical stuff. I like the fact of now knowing how they recreated the 30 Rock and the ice skate rink in Atlanta, but also shot at the ice rink at 30 Rock in New York City at the same time. Like, it's not at the same time, but they shot in both places and connected them, and you wouldn't be able to tell that it was shot in 2 places. Unless you're like some sort of weird set extra who knows exactly every single detail, but they did, everything down to the detail of the marble, of the walls around the ice rink are faithfully recreated. It's pretty dang great. I want to make it clear, other than, hey, Rogers the musical, hopefully they bring it back to Disney at some point, even in Florida. I hope just they throw it into a theater for even a few weeks. It's worthwhile watching if you're a Marvel fan and you have a sense of humor. You gotta have a sense of humor. And the songs are pretty dang great. It's fun. It's just a fun take. The fact that Marvel can poke fun at itself, it allows us to have fun with it too. It doesn't have to be so serious all the time. Like Deadpool, so serious. But I want to recommend to you, this is Hawkeye, Matt Fraction, David Aya. I hope that J has to be silent. He's Spanish, so I'm going to guess that the J is silent. But this is the trade paperback. Well, not trade paperback. It's a hardcover. You can get a trade paperback or a number of trade paperbacks that will include this entire story. But this is their entire run. A lot of the Hawkeye series was taken from here. It is really good. It is absolutely. When I saw this at my shop for they had an overrun of them at some point. I don't know what it was, but I got this for $20. It is not a $20 book. It is a $90 book. What is this? It's a lot. It is a lot of money, but I got it for almost nothing, and it was worth every penny. Definitely, if you get to check your local comic shop or online, Amazon, Marvel.com, wherever, and get that. If you like Hawkeye, and one of the things that this documentary brought out for me is the realization that, you know how we always kind of, a lot of the heroes, even Deadpool recently, makes fun of Hawkeye. He's kind of the joke where this is a guy with a stick, hanging out with a god, a guy in armor, a super soldier, super spies, and everything else. Like, what is he doing there? And technically, he's John Wick without the dog rage, the dog vengeance rage. So yeah, the way he handles anything in his hands, a stick, a bow and arrow, anything that he can get a hold of can become a weapon in his hands. And you see that in the series, and they don't really pump it up, but it's important. He is the John Wick of the MCU at this point, at least until they introduce Bullseye again. Well, for the first time in the MCU. Did they do that? I don't think so. And then, of course, you get Haley Steinfeld, who is coming in as the new Hawkeye, as Kate Bishop, and you get to see her come into her own. And yes, she's going to be a big part of the MCU going forward, whether y'all like it or not. Sorry, people who hate women or something. I don't know. But yeah, as we saw at the end of the Marvels film, I see a Young Avengers film being built. So go check your back issues. They were already claimed. Young Avengers 1, and you can sell that on eBay for a pile of money. So that's her first appearance, along with a number of other characters. If you love the documentaries, if you love the MCU, this actually has given me a taste to go watch this again. Oh, I should have... Sorry, I wanted to put on the Christmas hat, because this takes place during Christmas, so technically, but it's not really the series, it's the making of, so it's not necessary. I'm just trying to entertain here. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 141. We're staying in the hundreds, just jumping around there, and we're just right outside. 141. Okay. I think this is a Disney Junior thing. It's a short-ish, I think. I'm not sure if it's a series of shorts or if it's one longer short, but it's an episode of something, or episodes of something, featuring Mickey and friends. In fact, it's a few months early. Mickey and Friends Tricks or Treats. Yeah, which would make sense. Trick or treat. But Mickey and Friends Trick or Treats on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.